Good morning, sweet friends. Today we're starting out the day with a hearty breakfast since we'll be skipping lunch. We've got a full day in store ahead. The hubby and I have a simple dining room transformation we are going to be exploring with you all today with some crown molding and wallpaper. I also have some thrifted finds. I want to sprinkle some touches of decor in there, so I cannot wait to get started and see how it all turns out. So my vision for this room to make it even more cottagecore was to add the wallpaper around the bottom half of this entire wall with then crown molding border around the top. I did go with a William Morris wallpaper print. I love his designs, and this one was super sweet. I ended up purchasing 3 rolls. They were 276 inches long in total. I loved the little sweet birds and the pops of green and blue and red in this paper. I felt it was very whimsical but yet cottagey at the same time, so it's the perfect print, I think, for this space. Okay, so here is what it looks like. And I like it. I think it's really pretty. I love the little pops of red too, so I'm gonna keep trucking along. All right, so I got this whole wall and then it started around the corner. I'm not worried about the top because it's gonna get covered up. I'm just trimming it somewhat, but it's gonna get covered up with the border. So now we're ready for the trim. My husband is using his laser and he's going around and checking for any electricity and studs. And then he will be with a nail gun nailing in the crown molding. Once he gets it cut to the specific length and nailed in, I'm going to just take a little bit of paint and paint over it to hide any of the little nail heads and any of the scuff marks. I am so super happy about how this turned out. This wall needed something, and this was exactly what it needed. I struggled with deciding whether to paint it, but I love the division it gives so that the shelves with the dishes on the top are divided from the bottom half, and that's why I chose to put the paper on the bottom. Now I'm gonna give our hutch a good cleaning. We've slid it back in place and get everything back to decorated. And yes, I did have to take down the Americana decor to do this. Now, before we start to decorate this fresh new space, I wanted to head out to Goodwill and source a few new items that we could incorporate today. And on the way back, I saw a little farmer's market stand. They had a bunch of fresh flowers. So I did pick up these gorgeous hydrangea stems, and I'm thinking to put them in a vase of water and style them on our dining room table. I think it'll be absolutely stunning. They may just even steal the show. I did end up finding a few new pieces at the thrift store, and I wanted to give you a real quick haul of those few items. Some of them I have plans for, they're thrift flips, some of them are to use just as is. So let's head on into the dining room and do a quick haul of those things. While at the thrift store, I picked up a few items, one being this little glass bottle, but it appears to be some sort of lantern. You could place a battery operated tea light or regular tea light in it. I love that it has the metal hanger. So I thought that was a great find that we can incorporate today. I also came across some glass bottles. So I grabbed 2 of them, a little bit different shaped, which I thought would be really pretty to just utilize as holders for flowers. I like to cut fresh flowers from our flower cutting garden and bring them inside from time to time. So I thought these would be the perfect little vessels to store them in. I also found a pair of what looked like used to be some tops to either candle holders or some sort of lamps. They were just the glass pieces. So I have a fun thrift flip DIY project that I plan on doing with these that we will use in our decorating for today as well. Another pretty item I came across was this little gold brass. I believe it was used for maybe a casserole dish or some kind of bowl for styling, but I'm also going to flip this and use it as part of our decor. So stay tuned to see what I do with that. I always love a good basket. I love the detail and woven design this one had particularly. So I did go ahead and take that home. I also love browsing their book section. I'm always on the hunt for either a good book to read or some sort of coffee table book. I did find this old vintage quilting book, which I thought had beautiful patterns inside. So I'll be excited to browse through this later on with maybe a cup of tea. So when I saw these 2 pieces, it was a set of little glass votives, but they looked like they were pieces that belonged to something else. I just knew I had a plan for them. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with them here, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to style them. So the first way here is I'm using them as little lanterns. So I'm placing a battery operated light in it. And if you are not a fan of that and you like the traditional tea lights, you can also just drop a tea light in it and light it as well. But I had bigger plans for mine. I'm actually going to use them as little propagation votives. I'm going to pour some water in them and take some of my clippings from my fiddle figs and some of my pothos, and I'm going to place them in here to propagate. And I think they look just lovely here on the fireplace mantle in our dining room. Now for our glass jars we thrifted, I'm going to take a little venture out to the garden and go to our little flower cut beds and pick some flowers I think that will go nicely in them. So I tend to grow a lot of zinnias and dahlias as well as sunflowers. They're my absolute favorite. This year I grew these limelight zinnias. I think are just stunning, but I also like to incorporate a lot of wildflowers and fillers in the garden to make your arrangements look even more pretty. I'm going to style these on our fireplace mantle where they get plenty of visibility and sunlight. And I think they look really nicely paired here with our new little propagation planters. I placed our vase of hydrangeas here on the dining room table, and I must say they are the star of the show. They are absolutely stunning. I got all the dishware back into the hutch, and I'm just gonna keep things with all the white dishes for now. I'm not adding a whole lot of pop of color in here because I'm just enjoying this new wallpaper. I also turned my antique washstand here into a little bar cart. I love drinking wine, and I tend to like to make a cocktail or mocktail every now and again, so I think this serves a great purpose. This wallpaper and trim really enhanced this little corner that I never knew what to do with. It just added so much more character and charm to this space. And if you were wondering what I was going to use the thrifted basket for, I decided to style it here on our coffee table. And yes, that is a new rug that you are seeing. I have a future video coming up of our little living room area that I've done some updates in. But back to the basket, I think it would be a great place to store some of our remotes for the TV and our fireplace in here. But I'm going to just add a sweet little doily. I have this little hurricane glass votive that I had thrifted in a previous video that I'm going to add a little tea light to just to give it a little bit of ambiance. And I think that this turned out sweet but functional at the same time. And the little brass wire handled basket, I guess it's a basket. I'm actually going to use it to put some books in. I had DIY'd some of these books to make them look old. I added some lace to some of them, but I think it looks just really pretty. I'm gonna style it here on our shelf in the living room. I think adding layers of rare things that you find like this to spaces, bookshelves, tables, it just gives it more character and more charm and just that cottage touch. Now, after a day of all of that transforming, decorating, thrift flipping, flower arranging, I think it's time for a cup of tea. And I'm making here one of my flower blooming teas. I am enjoying these so much in the spring and the summer. It's just amazing to watch how they transform right before your eyes, and they taste so lovely as well. Okay, friends, well, that about wraps today up. I'm so happy that you came along, and I hope you enjoy the wallpaper and trim as much as I do. And if you are new to my channel, I would really appreciate if you enjoyed today's content, if you would subscribe. And for everyone else, please give me a like, leave me a comment. I love hearing from you all, and we will see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.